Welcome to the Freewrite, a show where we dive into the art of songwriting, storytelling, and the creative process. Join me as I sit down with writers, musicians, and other creatives to talk about process, inspiration, and creating something from nothing. If you're an artist looking for community or a fan hungry to hear about the creative process, there's something for you here. Today, my guest is MIHO. MIHO is a Korean American born and raised in Los Angeles. She's influenced by a variety of pop artists, from Lizzie McAlpine to Twee. Mostly existential and sometimes romantic, she blends many pop genres to create diary entries you can dance to. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I hope you do too. So please, without further ado, enjoy my conversation with MIHO. MIHO, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the Freewrite today. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I just want to start. I want to get right into it. Will you tell me about your path to songwriting?
Yes. You know what? I think growing up, I was very discouraged from any sort of creative writing. I think whenever, like even in class, I had a creative prompt and I wrote something, a lot of my friends would make fun of me, or like my teacher would critique it a lot. So I think I was very discouraged growing up, but I also loved singing and making my own music. And so, I mean, it's kind of hard not to do a little bit of songwriting if you want to make your own music. But I think growing up, I just kind of saw it as a means to an end. I never really honed in on that craft, just because I was super insecure about it. But I feel like now that I'm actually releasing my own music and people are actually, it's like representing my art and who I am. I've thought more about how I need to kind of, sharpen that tool a little bit more. So I think nowadays I've definitely been listening to more music and like paying attention to lyrics rather than just vibing out. But yeah, it's definitely been a journey. I'm still like very new to it, I would say.
When did it start? When did you start taking it more seriously?
I want to say it was when I first started releasing music, but I think that I don't think I took it as seriously until maybe like my third release. I think it's still not where I want it to be.
Sure.
And it's like evolving super quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What was that process like for you, going from like my teacher is going to make fun of me to like I'm going to put stuff on Spotify? Like that's a very
oh my god,
that's a huge chasm.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what the catalyst was, but I think there was just one year where I made it my goal that I was trying to put myself in more uncomfortable situations or just outside of my comfort zone. And honestly, like I've loved singing and making music ever since I was young. Everyone, my family, my friends know that. And so I think it was a lot of encouragement from them as well. Especially my cousin. She is a super big supporter, and she actually, the first song that I released, she texted me one day and said, I found this producer, I paid him money, so go make a song. And I was like, oh, okay, great.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of how I really fell into it, and then it just started kind of snowballing, I feel like.
Whoa. Tell me about that experience.
It was...
Had you been writing up to that point?
Yeah, but I don't think I'd ever made a full song before. Okay. And also I don't know much about producing. And so it was really just like playing super simple chords on the guitar or just finding like type beats on YouTube.
Yeah.
But the process was really fun. It was like my first time ever being in sort of a recording studio. And, you know, I only ever saw that on like TV or movies, and I thought, oh, that's so cool. And so to find myself in that, I think I definitely had to take a moment to be like it was like a pinch me moment, kind of. Yeah.
Did you have like music prepared for that session, or like?
Oh,
it sounds like you were just thrust into your cousin being like, "You're going here, go do it."
Oh, that's so curious. A good question. I want to say that I did. I have such bad memory.
Oh, that's good.
But also the producer was located in Chicago, which like I don't think is super important to the podcast, but I'm in a long distance relationship, so I visit Chicago very often. So I think probably I had a window of time before
Sure.
I went to go see that producer to make something and prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is the songwriting process like for you now? Like, if you can just walk me through, is it usually the same? Is it different a lot? Like, I'm just curious to start kind of generally. What is process like for you?
Yeah. I think for me, I always start off like I always need an instrumental
Hmm.
for inspiration or just something to work off of. It's rare that I start with the lyrics. It's always sort of like instrumental, melody, and then lyrics are like
Yeah.
a afterthought, which, again, I'm working on, but it's sort of like
Sure.
the last step in the process. Um, I think recently I've been trying to expand the way that I approach songwriting. I think before it was very much like I throw up words in a journal or like a Google Doc and I try to make sense of them. Whereas now I try to make more of a story and kind of incorporate more imagery and metaphors. And I honestly think that that has opened up a lot of my creative freedom and honestly made the lyrics better. I think a lot of my releases right now don't really reflect that because it's more of a recent thing that I've discovered. Um, but yeah, I think the approach is more like, what story can I tell here? Like, how can I create this image? How can I place the listener into the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need to put yourself kind of in the zone to write, or are you just able to, if you have that instrumental, are you just able to go for it?
Um, I think a little bit of both. I definitely need to be very intentional about like scheduling time at least to write because as I said, I do have a 9 to 5 and so and then I also have a life outside of that. So
Yeah.
there's really only so much time. But like for example, my boyfriend and I, we love to do this thing where we call it personal development time and we just sit on FaceTime and we like work on our own separate things for about an hour. And so I think accountability is huge for me.
Sure.
Like even with the story of like my cousin finding that producer, like honestly, I just started it because she was like,
You're
okay, yeah, I
going
can't disappoint
here.
you. I can't, yeah,
That's
I can't
pretty
waste your
cool.
money. Gotta do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it always helps when there's someone else there. And then also like I think mood, the mood of a room is super important too. For me, it's not like vibey. It's very much like I'm in a those hackers in movies where it's like they're in a really dark room and like all you see is the light from the laptop. Like that's me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's how I get in the zone and
Sure.
like don't get distracted by anything else. It's
Yeah.
typically in like the late hours of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I get into it.
Nice. That's cool. So once you have the instrumental going, is that usually a track, or is that you with a guitar, or?
No, it's typically a track.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
So
it's
once
typically
you
a
have,
track I like go to my producer and we
Mhm.
start working on like because I'm very much of a more of a I always listen to a song because of the way it makes me feel rather than like the lyrics and like what it means. And so I always think of that idea first. Like, what do I want this sound to
Sure.
evoke? And so I take that to my producer and then we work on that. And then once I have that foundation, then I think the lyrics come a little bit more naturally to me, at least.
And is that like a melody, or when you start crafting that melody, are you kind of going lyricless just in crafting melody, or do some words come like maybe gibberish, like?
Yeah, I think gibberish for sure. I mean, yeah, typically when I do the songwriting part, I'm very like isolated and I do it by myself,
Okay.
which is like a whole nother thing that I'm trying to work on. But so I'm not as afraid to really just say anything.
Yeah.
And then typically I'm like, oh, I can't believe I just made that on the spot and I'll like write it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean 95% of the time it's really just gibberish and it's just me working on the melody before I like
You'll
create
lock down
words.
the melody first, and
Yeah.
then, yeah. I was gonna ask because some of your melody, I've been checking out your music. I'm a fan. I really enjoy it. It like some of your melodies are so damn catchy. And I was like, how much are you like aiming for a catchy melody versus is that just coming like, and it seems like you're pretty intentionally going like, okay, we need to lock in this melody first.
Yeah, I think so. But also it's just, I also don't think I'm ever, because I don't know if I have like a well-trained enough ear for that. But whenever I come up with a melody, I'm not like, oh, that's super catchy, I'm gonna use that. Or like, this isn't catchy enough, I gotta work on that. I think I'm just like, I like that.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's natural.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of goes into my next question, which is like, is there anything you're really aiming for when you sit down to write?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I touched on it a little bit, but because more recently I've been really paying more attention to the lyrics of the songs that I listen to, I think the ones that captivate me the most are the ones that really transport me into whatever they're talking about. It's like you can see, you can use all of your senses to listen to this song. So I think recently I've been trying to do that more, just using a lot more like descriptive words and creating, again, more of a story rather than just me talking about my feelings in a really broad and general way.
Is there anything you're really trying to avoid when writing?
Oh, okay. I think I've always tried to avoid repetition just because I already think of myself as somewhat of a lazy person. And so I always think that if I get repetitive with a song, then I'm being even more lazy, which is so strange because it's such a double standard towards myself because some of the best songs or like some of the songs that I blast the most are super repetitive.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking about Midnight Sun. Have you heard that song by Zara Larsson?
Maybe. I don't know it by name.
I won't sing it, but he basically just does the same two notes for like 4 measures. And she's just saying sun. And I blast that in the car. So I don't know why I hold myself to that standard.
Yeah.
And if anything, I think I actually want to get over that hump by purposefully or intentionally making a song that is repetitive. But I think that is probably what I had been avoiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's all interesting. Like it's got me thinking about, I feel like often in songwriting conversations, there's like lyrics, melody, and like what comes first, what da-da-da. But like hearing you talk about how like you want to nail that feeling you want the feeling to come first is resonating with me. I'm finding like that feels like it makes more sense. Like that's all music is just feeling, like a way of communicating feelings. Yeah. So like start there. It's so
is
obvious,
that your process too? It's like
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I find it hard to write to a track. I've done it. I think one of my recent projects I did it a lot and I don't know. It feels harder to me. I feel like I'm more in control when I'm like at a piano or have a guitar and can like adjust on the fly. Even though I could adjust things on the computer, it just feels like, no, we can't touch that. So definitely most comfortable just like kind of noodling and like singing gibberish and like seeing if anything sticks.
Yeah. I'm thinking like as you're saying that too, I think it also might be because if I have too much freedom, then I'll start overthinking everything and just get super lost. So if anything, I kind of like the boundaries that it gives me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, I think that those boundaries can be very helpful.
Yeah.
In promoting creativity, because then you need to be creative in different ways. As you're writing, when you're going, how do you know? Well, no, okay, I'm thinking about your process. Like, at what point are you writing stuff down? Like,
Mhm.
it sounds like you're vibing with the track, you're coming up with melodies, and then you're just singing stuff. And like, you kind of mentioned it before, you'll say a line and you'll be like, oh, that's good, I'll write it down.
Yeah.
Once you're there,
Yeah.
is that kind of like the final draft, or does that get edited along the way?
Mm. Oh, that's a good question, because honestly, my initial thought is that I tend to write everything down, like bad or good, on paper, without even thinking about the instrumental, I guess. And then once I have a clear idea of how I want this song to flow lyrically, or what I want it to be about, then I feel like I can go in and refine and kind of match the puzzle piece into the instrumental.
Sure.
And then kind of toy and play around with the words too, if the piece doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like typically, but how do I know when the lyric, because I'm trying to also think about your question, how do I know when the lyric is ready to be put into the instrumental? Yeah, I think that's what it is, honestly. Like I like throw it all down, then I pick up a piece, and then I'm like, does it fit in? Oh, not really. Let me like switch it up. Oh, now it fits.
Interesting.
Like, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I think I'm learning more about myself during this interview.
Nice.
Which is great.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. How do you know when a song is done then? Like, how do you know when it's ready to go into the recording process?
I honestly don't think I've thought about like what makes it done. It's again just a feeling. I'm realizing that like I'm just such a feelings-based person.
Sure.
And I like don't think. Honestly, yeah, just as long as I feel good about it. Yeah. I guess.
Nice.
Also, I think another boundary that I have is a lot of time constraint too. So maybe that has a little something to do with it, where I'm like, it also has to do with, do we have the time to do this? Yeah. That was a horrible answer.
I don't think that was a horrible answer. I think like it makes it like it's done when it feels done.
Sorry, listeners, for
no, because I think it's just as valid of an answer as if you were to like be hyper logical about it too. It's like this feels done and you're ready to go. Are you usually working with the same producer on your stuff?
I am. Yeah.
What's that relationship like? Is it more like you're bringing in finished song and like, okay, punch me in, let me sing this, or are they involved?
Yeah, it's definitely that. I think again, there's sort of like a logistical element as well, but it's typically I create the instrumental with him, or he does most of the work, but I provide the idea. And then I again go into hiding and I work on the song by myself, make sure I have the lyrics and the melody. Yeah. And then I emerge out of the abyss and I'm like, I'm ready. And then I go into the studio and I record. That's sort of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Forgive me, but how do you then know when the recording is done?
When the recording is done.
Yeah. How do you know when your song is done and like ready to either be like released or sent to master or whatever it is? How do you know when you get it there? And hey,
that's also
if it's like it feels good in the car, then that's
this is journalism, the hard-hitting questions. You know, it's so funny because I actually texted my producer today about putting a song into mixing mastering, and he was like, do you think it's ready? And I was like, yes. Very reluctantly, I was like, yes, go for it. Because I mean, I'm still kind of trying to figure out my balance. Yeah. But I know that like I will know if a song has all the elements that it needs to go into mixing mastering. But also there's all that fluff too, where if I start getting lost in it, then I'm never going to submit it to go into mixing mastering. And so I think I'm always trying to question myself, like, is this the fluff part or is it actually essential to the song? And I think my producer is really helpful in that too. Like he's super knowledgeable and has been doing this for a while. And so he'll also reassure me and be like, this is good. Like, this is ready. Be like,
I wanted to ask about that. Yeah, because your song Ticking has so much like ear candy and like interesting kind of vocal chop things and like so much happening. And I was curious like how involved of a process that is for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the beginning it was mostly my producer, but you know, the more and more you practice and go into the studio, you gain more and more confidence. And so even one of my more recent songs, which is unreleased, I've been like, oh, what if we try this edit here, or this vocals right here, or this chop here? Because I also love an ear candy moment. But yeah, so I think more and more I am putting my input in. Doesn't always go the way I want it to go, which is okay. You live and you learn. So yeah, but I think still, for the most part, it's the genius of my producer.
Nice.
I'm not going to show this podcast because it's going to get too big.
I realized I never asked that that first session that your cousin paid for. Did you release that song, or is that just on a hard drive, or what happened?
No,
what was the final product?
So that producer is a different producer. My first two songs that I released was a completely different producer, and they are released. It's called the first one's called Obsessed, and the other one's called Tell Me Goodbye. Very different vibes. I would say it's also on a different level. I think I've also very much evolved from that as well. Like, even just the way that I wrote songs, whether it's lyrically or like the way that I wanted it produced, and you know, all those little things, I've definitely evolved from. So yeah, but they're still there. But
nice.
Yeah, who knows for how long?
Yeah, it's the tough thing with listening back to the old stuff and being like, if we did this today, it would be so different.
Right. Yeah. So different.
What artists would you say have like influenced your writing the most?
Oh,
if any, jump
okay. I think more recently I've really been listening to, I mean, I've always listened to her, but Lizzie McAlpine.
The queen.
She's so good. I'm just like, every time I listen to a song, I'm like, how did you come up with that?
I know.
Like, I think going back to what I was saying about placing the listener into the song, this is sort of a deep cut, I think, but she has a song called Apple Pie. And in the bridge, it goes, I'm about to sing. No. She goes, let's rent a place, 2 rooms and a window facing buildings and fire escapes. No AC, a little bit cramped, but see, if I'm with you, it's okay. And it's like, oh, like you can see that tiny cramped apartment. Like, it feels hot. You're like a little bit annoyed, except like you're with the person that you love. So all of that just kind of goes away.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and the melody too is so catchy. And it's just like everything about that bridge, I think.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And she does a really good like storytelling, sort of like imagery, metaphor, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, she's been inspiring me for sure. I don't know if I could get to her level anytime soon, but it's definitely inspo for sure.
No, same. I noticed you have a song in a different language, I believe Korean.
Correct? Yes, correct.
How different is that process? Different writing in a different, like, tell me about that. I'm so curious.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I think that Korean is I feel like every word is just a couple syllables. So you would think that I would need to write more in Korean to sort of fill up the space. But I honestly didn't have to for that song. And also, like, in Korean, a lot of things rhyme as well, which is super helpful.
Sure.
So I think, like, just speaking in like technical terms, like, I think it was easier. But in terms of like personally speaking, honestly, I thought it was a little meta, because I think that song is a very vulnerable song for me. It's called Deuteragonist. And it's about just feeling like the second lead and never really being the main character of your life.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people who are around me that are Korean, I don't think I would ever say those words to.
Sure.
But then again, in a meta like way, I wrote it in Korean so that they could understand
Whoa.
something that I would never tell them.
Yeah.
It's all just like
That's wild.
yeah, and then also like again, I'm Korean American, that there's like a whole nother side of me, and so it's like very yeah, it was a very vulnerable song for me in many different ways.
Yeah.
But it was also very freeing, and I love it, and my mom will sometimes, like, play it in the car, and I just think that that is so I have very mixed feelings about that, but
I can imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did really like the process, and also, like, I'm a huge fan of K-pop, like, I grew up on it.
Yeah.
So I'm always, you know, being exposed to Korean lyrics and the way they kind of flow.
Sure.
So yeah.
Very cool. Was it the same kind of melody first process?
Yes, 'cause originally it was in English.
Okay.
And then I don't remember how we got to the idea, but again, the same cousin and I were talking, and she was like, "What if you did in Korean?" I was like, "That's a really good idea." So then I did. And then I think it was also just another one of those, like, putting myself out of my comfort zone moments. So it's just like another good opportunity for me to do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got to give this cousin producer credits on your
No.
stuff.
Yeah, no, she basically started my career for sure. Yeah, she's great. Love her to death. Shout out to Jane.
Shout out Jane. Do you ever do co-writes, or have you written with other people before?
Okay, I've done it twice where an actual song came out. So the first one was LDR, which was a duet song. So naturally, I co-wrote it with the person that I sang it with. And then the second time was with another friend. It was a lot more recent. It was in the recent months. And that was just for a song of mine. And yeah, it was honestly a pretty pleasant experience. I'm all like, again, I told you, I'm doing that hacker stuff. Like I'm like by myself. Like no one talked to me. And again, like I'm very afraid of creative writing. But it's like so on one end of the spectrum, I'm super like I just want to keep this process to myself because I'm very scared of what could happen if I don't.
Yeah.
But on the other end, when I was co-writing with that friend, it was very nice to have someone there to just affirm the ideas that you had. Especially when you're unsure about yourself, which, you know, I feel like happens often to creatives. And then even like when they don't love your idea, the rejection is truly not as painful as I once thought. So yeah, it was honestly really nice. I want to do more, but I also need more artist friends, I think. Yeah. My circle is still very small. But it was nice.
Yeah, that's cool. I could see how it would definitely change the dynamic of like solo locked in hacker. Like, to bring that in. I know with certain people I've written with, it can sometimes, this is long ago. I don't want anyone that I've been writing with recently to be like, oh no, is he talking about me? Like long ago, I've written with people who would just like kind of like go into turtle mode and like they'd be like, how do you like this verse? And then like sing me an entire full verse. And I'm like, that sounds like it sounds like you finished it. Like, cool. Glad like I was here for it.
Like, no, because then they have to write the whole verse all over again.
I'm like, I think, I don't know if that then says more about me, like not being specific. I don't know, but like, being able to like just do that hacker mode with somebody and just bring them into that feels like a whole new thing.
Oh, that's really interesting. I guess I never thought about it from the other person's perspective. So now I will.
Well, I'm not saying you do that. I don't know how you.
Well, yeah, no, now I'm like, is my producer like, that's bad,
Oh
but I
my
can't tell her
gosh.
because like she wrote everything down. No, I won't think about that.
I don't think they're thinking that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't go to bed tonight thinking about that.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah, but I definitely am more open to collaborations.
Yeah.
I think after that experience, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Okay, talk to me about like the visual aspect of music in
Mm,
2026. Social media
yes.
age, TikTok, short form video, reels, YouTube shorts, music
Oh my god.
videos, Spotify
It never
Canvas,
ends.
all of the things. Yeah, I'm
You're like
curious.
Spotify Canvas. Um,
Album
yeah.
covers. Like there's so many things and
So
pick
many
pick
things.
any one of them to start with.
God. Okay. Hmm. Um,
Pick the least terrible one to start with. I'm just kidding.
no, I will say that I think I enjoy working on the visuals for a song just
Hmm.
because, again, like I grew up on K-pop, and in K-pop, it's every visual aspect is like its own piece of art.
Yeah,
Like even their albums, like they have the posters and the photo cards and the stickers and the merch and all those things. And then they have choreography, and then the music videos are insane, and their outfits are super catered, and even the makeup is like always different, and the hair. And so I think as a consumer, I've
hmm,
always loved visuals for songs because they also definitely change how I feel about an artist and a song.
sure.
Um, like I think a song could be good, but if I don't like the visuals, I think it honestly might like put me off a
Yeah,
little bit. So I think it's super important to have really interesting visuals that really align with, again, the feelings that the song evokes. I wish I had the production budget and the resources that a K-pop group does to be able to create my visuals.
sure.
Um, but what I do have is a super good friend and a really talented creative director who kind of helps me with those things.
Nice.
So definitely takes a load off there. So I feel like whenever it comes time to creating visuals, I do always have that inspiration in mind.
Hmm.
Um, with the K-pop stuff, just like trying to make sure that every single part of the visual aspects are like exactly what I want it to be. Because I've also done well, I did choreography for Tick Ticking, and then I have another song coming out. Spoiler, another song coming out that I'm gonna do choreography for.
Nice.
So it's just things like that. But also, again, we live in a very, quick,
Hmm.
fast-paced, like digital phone age. So a lot of the content that I've been focusing on is short form, which obviously adds a total, like a whole nother layer because it's short. You can only do so many things in so little time. Also, in the 9 by 18, whatever it is, ratio,
Hmm.
9 by 18. That's not right.
I
You
could
know
tell
what I
you
mean?
how many pixels it is, but I don't know what the
It's
ratio
like
is.
1820 by 1960 or something like that.
Yeah,
Whatever. I guess all that to say is that I think visuals are super important. I love the process of creating them. I always try to make sure that the visuals um, match the vibe of the song, but also is aligning with who I am as a person or as like an artist brand.
yeah. At what point in the song process do you start thinking about visuals?
Oh, I don't. I think I need the song to be done before I think about
Okay.
that. Just
Yeah,
because like I think it's super important, but also it's definitely secondary.
sure.
Um yeah, but I think there's so many cool people and creatives out there that there's just bound to be like something that strikes inspiration once you have the song
Yeah,
to like get into the visual aspect of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I should have asked this earlier when before the visual question, but I'm curious, do you like place your music within a genre? Do you feel like you I feel like for me genre is always so difficult to
Yeah.
describe my own music or other anyone's music. I'm always so bad at using genres. So I'm curious for you, like, is that on your mind even when you're creating?
Definitely. I think also because one of the things that I really want to focus on this year is curating that artist image or brand.
Yeah.
And I think it's difficult to do that if you're kind of all over the place in terms of genre. And I've also been told a couple times from different people, like, just because you like a song doesn't mean you have to make it. And so I guess like I've been to a producer a couple times and been like, I want to make this song. And they're like, is that you though? I'm like, I want to make like rock music. And they're like, I don't know, like stick to your pop. No, they probably didn't mean that, but you know, you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
So it's definitely always in the back of my mind because I'm trying to focus on curating that.
Yeah.
All I know is that it is in the land of pop. But again, like I've been influenced by like even trying to place some other artist into a genre is hard.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But, like, even Lizzie McAlpine, like I'd call her like indie,
right? Indie
rock, pop.
Even that's like what? Yeah.
But like being influenced by her, and then being influenced by like, I'm trying to think of someone the complete opposite, but also still pop, like Charlie XCX. I don't know.
Yeah.
She pop? Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I think we can put her in pop.
Yeah, but I think, you know, the more songs that I make and the more things that I try out, I'm definitely like I've been casting a very wide net, and now I can kind of start reeling things in and like in a little bit more. So I think it's much closer to like pop R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever like confine myself to that specific genre. Like I will at the end of the day, do what I want to do, make the music that I want to make. But I think that's kind of where I've been really cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you sit down with your producer and you're like, we're going for this vibe, are you pulling like a few like tunes together for an inspo playlist and then you're like
definitely
going to that? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Not the playlists aren't always used, but definitely make them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Time for the slow round. I would call it the speed round, but take your time. We're not in a hurry for this. What are your beliefs around inspiration?
Okay. I think, you know what? I'm gonna expose myself here and let you know that I've listened to your other episodes. And so I feel like my answer is pretty similar to everyone else's, where it's like, it's definitely it's something that you can seek out and find and like look for rather than having it just strike you in the middle of nowhere and just being, I mean, when that happens, it's super great and everything becomes super effortless and like, it's like you struck a gold mine. But also like, I also love getting into the mindset of sort of romanticizing things. Yeah. Like I will watch a movie or a TV show and be like, that's a really interesting dynamic. Like I could probably write a whole song about that. Or like even when I'm just talking to my friends and they say something remotely lyrical or philosophical, I'm like, write that down. I'm like, I need to make a song about that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like, it's in the day-to-day. Like you can definitely find it in a lot of different things and go out of your way to find it too, I think.
What do you find yourself writing about most?
I think most of the time I'm just very existential, but also music for me is an escape. I think a lot of entertainment for me is more of an escape.
Sure.
So I don't love movies with like sad endings, and like I don't love like really crazy like super sad like thought-provoking things. I want to feel happy, but also at the same time like I do feel this dread, and so I think that I want to write about those things, but I always try to wrap it in sort of a more lighthearted, like, okay, well, whatever kind of way. So most of the time I think it's that, and then a little sprinkle of, you know, sometimes I like to write about my boyfriend. He's my muse.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Someone.
But I will say that I think recently I've been wanting to write more about things that haven't happened to me, just so I can also, again, get in that creative headspace of like
pull from that.
Yeah, more stories and stuff like that.
Is there a piece of creative advice that you've really resonated with?
Trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, I think has really changed my life in a lot of ways. I know that's just a general piece of advice, but especially in the creative space, I still feel so new to everything. And I want to learn and like soak up as much information as fast as humanly possible. And I think that the only way I can do that is to put myself in situations where I don't feel like the smartest person in the room. And like even with the collaboration, like that was super scary, but I think a really great song came out of it, and it changed my perspective on like how I want to work with people in the future, or like just things like that. I think I can implement that into all kinds of areas of my life.
Yeah. I did a deep dive on your music over the past week or two. I recently switched to Tidal. I don't use Spotify anymore.
Okay, yes.
And Tidal is like a little annoying with certain things.
I know. So, I think, well, I don't know if you know, but I actually changed my artist name. So I think with some of those platforms, it's like very...
Tidal has like a bunch of stuff on there.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not my song.
So I know. So I had to like scroll through to find, and I was like comparing it to Spotify.
No.
And like, it's fine, but like I didn't hear LDR until today, I don't think. And I was listening, and I was like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. So if that's your one tune on there that's like a co-write, I think it's awesome. That's a great
amazing
one to have on there.
Yeah, that's the duet song that I did.
So
yeah.
What is a creative goal of yours?
Creative goal, I think, well, so I've been working on an EP, and so I just like sort of something tangible. I really want to release an EP this year, but then again, along with that, I want to be able to really hone in on my artist brand. So I think even just sonically, and then eventually visually, hopefully the project will feel very cohesive and very representative of who I am. So I think, so for this year, the creative goal is to release that EP, and also just make sure that I am showing my artist identity.
How many songs are you sitting on right now?
Travis, I was kidding. Right now it's 2.
I'll cut it. We won't.
No, I'm just kidding. No, right now it's 2, and those ones are ready, I think, to be mixed and mastered.
Nice.
I haven't started working. My goal is 5 songs in total. I think one will be sort of more of an intro. Wow, I'm really giving all my secrets away. I think the first one will be more of like an intro. So maybe not like a full, fledged song. And then the other 2 I haven't started working on, but will start very soon, and already have a lot of ideas for it.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
Sweet. Great.
Yeah.
Do you have a music artist that you've been really into recently, in addition to our queen, Lizzie?
Our queen. So many. I think right now, Hayley Williams released an album.
My partner has been so obsessed with Hayley Williams' new stuff.
Really?
And just her as a person. And I mean, I won't take 10 minutes to tell the Ticketmaster fiasco that we went through trying to get to, like, she was playing a show on my partner's birthday this past weekend, and like couldn't get to but like we got tickets to her October show at the Hollywood Bowl. So we're very excited, and we will be going.
Gosh. Yeah. So I'm so jealous.
Hayley Williams will be playing in my house a lot over the next few months. So that's
you actually
great.
Shouldn't have told me that. I'm so jealous. I'm gonna leave.
We literally both were like just on Ticketmaster like all morning one day, like it was terrible.
I love that you guys were able to get tickets though. I think that I love that she went the route of not like no resale. So like good for her.
Yeah.
But also, I'm
Also,
so sad.
Yeah. Or we can pay $450 for one ticket. Like, it was crazy.
Wow, really?
At the show that was on her birthday, it was like, because I felt so bad. I was like, we need to go. But it was like, it would have been like $800 for us to go to this show. And I was like,
wow,
that's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. Honestly, though, was it at the Wiltern?
Yeah.
We're like getting into it now. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the Wiltern is a great venue. Pretty intimate, I would say, for someone like Hayley Williams.
I know.
So that would have been awesome.
Sorry, but I feel like I derailed you.
No, that's okay. I'm like getting into it too. I'm like, the next one's up to Greek. So Hayley Williams, her most recent album, because also I wouldn't say that I'm a huge fan. Like, I don't think I've really listened to her other works besides like the super popular like Paramore songs.
Yeah.
But this recent album, one of my coworkers actually showed me, and we listened to it like fully, like from start to finish, and it like evoked a certain feeling in me that I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So many bangers on that song. So many. And she's also like, her lyrics as well is like great inspiration. I love that she has one song that she just wrote about her prescription drug. Like, it's just called, what is it, mirtazapine or something? Anyways. So I think she's just so cool, like as a person, and then even sonically, lyrically, it's all been really cool. And then I want to name a couple more. Olivia Dean, her recent album too. I mean, I've been a fan of her since Dive, like, but her recent album, I think I've been listening to on repeat, like fully, more than I have any other album. Probably not in my life, but within the past couple of years, probably. And then even Addison Rae, her recent album too, is just like, like all these girls are killing it, and you can just tell that it's so unique and genuine to them. And again, I think that's also an inspiration too, of like wanting to create that world, like that persona and that world that is very representative of them. But also sort of, anyone else? No, I'll finish there. Yeah,
that's great. Those are great artists that I also am into. Any writers or friends that you want to shout out that listeners should check out?
Yes. Again, I'm trying to expand my circle, so if anyone lives in LA and wants to be friends, let me know. But I have one friend, his name is Dilson, Dylson. He just released an EP, I want to say a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. It's very emo, punk, rock type of vibes, if you're into that. And he also is just like a cool person in general. And then another friend of ours, Gabe, spelled Gab, his artist name. He also released an EP maybe a couple months ago, and that's more of like I think he would say it's a K-R&B kind of vibe, sort of Keshi adjacent, if you also are into that. And he also has really cool visuals, which again, I think just kind of add to how I feel about the songs. And then Lorenza, she was actually the one that I collaborated with on this most recent project that I worked on. And she's released a couple songs that I love. I love her sound. And I think she's super talented. And I know that she's working on a lot of cool things coming up. So yeah.
Sweet. I'll check them out.
That's
great. And then last thing is just if you have anything to promote, and where can people find you?
Yes. You heard it here first, folks. No, you didn't. I've been posting about it on TikTok for like days. But I have a new song coming out on the 29th. I guess the 28th, like 9 p.m. LA time. It's called Playing Games. I have a really good feeling about it.
Sweet. Well, this comes out this pod will be out the day before that. So
really?
Everyone, perfect. Tomorrow, check it out. Yeah.
Tomorrow, check it out. Do I have anything else? No, I honestly think that's it.
Sweet.
but check me out, MIHO Kim on Instagram, MIHO Kim Music on TikTok.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, MIHO. I appreciate it. This was great. Great getting to know you and hear about your process. I'm a fan. So this is great.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to my conversation with MIHO. You can find her music wherever you stream music, and you can follow her on Instagram at MIHO Kim and TikTok at MIHO Kim Music. If you enjoyed the episode, it would mean so much to me if you shared it with a friend and left a positive review. Those both really help. You can find full video of the episode and all other episodes on YouTube if you search Travis Barrett and the Freewrite. And if you have the means and would like to support myself and the show even more, you can check out my Patreon page. I post unreleased demos, music recommendations, and bonus content from the podcast weekly. I really want to keep this show going, and supporting me on Patreon is the best way to make sure it continues. Thank you again so much for listening this far. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you make some time for yourself to create something today.